Welcome to Power Talks. Customer experience is a battleground today, and data and digital platforms are the two weapons of choice. But the question is, how do we use them to make our customers feel valued, understood, and not over-analyzed, right? This is what we're going to talk about in this panel today. Joining me are Surendra Bashani, Head Best Buy India, and Sushant Bhushan, Global Leader Data and Analytics and India GCC Leader at Circle K. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us for this panel. And we'll directly get into the discussion, starting with you, Surendra. Best Buy, we know that it is all about consumer electronics, where experience often defines loyalty, right? So how are GCCs in India sort of reimagining that customer experience for us?
Well, thank you for having me here. I'd say there is a really deep pool of talent here with data and AI. For us, we've built our data and AI center of excellence out of India. We've hired a really strong team around data and AI. And then we're reimagining the entire customer experience, whether it is for customers or for store associates at every step of the journey to help both of our associates and our customers reduce friction and improve the experience. Part of this is just building new experiences, and then the other is also migrating away from our legacy systems and silos and, reimagining our processes and our experiences to build things that are really transformative to our customer experience.
Yeah, even, for you at Circle K, you have millions of daily interactions in convenience retail as well, right? So how do you do that? How do you sort of reimagine the customer experience at that scale with the help of data? Because I'm sure you have a huge, like massive data with you.
No, I think it's an opportunity and challenge both. So we are sitting on a gold mine of those data, which talks about the customer behavioral insights. So that gives us a lot of opportunity to talk about that. But having said that, convenience is all about speed. So customer has to go in, come out, no pixie. So how you do that is going to be capability with the data and the science behind it. So we are using a lot of predictive analytics and a lot of algorithms to understand what will be the inventory that we have to keep within our store, because our stores are not big, small size, and you can't keep everything in the store. So how you can do it is by using some predictive and some algorithm which are science backed, and customer doesn't need to know what's happening behind, because it's just that that particular item for what they are looking at, that doesn't that is gonna be something which makes a big difference.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. When you make your customers feel truly cared for, that's also one of the differences that as companies we can make for our customers. But moving on to let's talk about personalization. It's a big term. It's a keyword that everyone in the industry perhaps use. But when we talk about personalization, it can easily tip into intrusion as well. So how do you keep that balance? How do you make sure that you're you're personalizing the journeys for your customer, but also not being intrusive, and they should really feel that they are cared for and not over analyzed at every point in time.
So we have very strong governance practices in place to make sure that we are good stewards of our customers' data. And then we're making sure that we are supposed to read their wishes as well. Like if somebody wants to opt out, we let them opt out. We make sure that we adhere to, regulations such as CCPA and other industry best practices. And then ultimately, you want to make sure that you're using customer data to truly build things that customers really want and that helps them. So we need to be careful. Like we think data can be really used to personalize experience. But at the same time, you don't want to be things that truly help customers and then, be good stewards of that data.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's a very fine line that we're talking about. Even in your case, as you said, that you're sitting on the gold mine of data. You handle data at such huge scale. How do you do personalization without being intrusive to your customers?
So, like I said, for us, the speed is the key. And imagine somebody coming at 6 or 7 a.m. for the office and coming for a fuel refilling, and the dispenser is not working. That's not a great store, right? Or maybe you are bombarding somebody who is coming for just a coffee every morning to your site, and you are giving them 10 kill relevant off. That doesn't make any value. And what makes it difference is, for example, there is somebody who's coming and they are refilling up we are refilling a car, the moment that person, the loyalty customer to us, within that moment, you have to offer them, hey, you just refill your car. How can we offer you something with a boot pump? Maybe it's a burger or mix between the sausages or pizza or sandwich for that matter. So that is where the real differentiation. And I think the personalization is not just about customer in our space. It's also for the workers,
For the frontline employees, yeah.
because we need to do a lot of things for those people, because
Yeah.
we believe that they are the one who needs to be backed with a lot of data in the side, and you don't want to bombard them with a lot of API and naturally because they are the one who are the base of it. No?
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
we have to make sure that there's the right balance for the personalization post customer as well as for the people who are taking down.
Yeah, and both side of the parties do not get overwhelmed in the process. Now, talking about also the real-time experiences, when it comes to your industry, a lot of people in fact, everyone do a lot of research before actually making a purchase, right? So how are you using your data or digital tools to sort of influence that journey for your customers that they definitely make a purchase?
Yeah, as you mentioned, we are kind of looking at the entire journey and figuring out ways to help customers get to where they want to go very safely. It's hard. Like when you're trying to shop for something, sometimes it's hard. Many customers know what they want and they're coming in or calling spearfishing. They know exactly what they want, they get it, and they move on. But a lot of them are trying to figure stuff out. Some of them are upper funnel, they don't know what they want.
Yeah.
Some of them are kind of mid funnel and trying to, research. We built experiences that, again, personalize the experiences, but then we'd also try to understand customer intent, whether it is by building an LLM-powered search or experiences such as an AI-powered gift finder, which you can interact with an AI chatbot to help you discover the things that you're looking for. And then really use that to, again, help customers do research, whether it's summarizing customer feedback, whether it's discovering new products to then again help customers get to where they want fairly, quickly.
All right, and it's starkly different for you because the customer makes decision in your case in minutes, right? So how do you use that real-time data to sort of influence your customer journey and make it smooth?
So like I said, so for us, not bombarding with lot of offer is the key, because we want to be relevant to our customer. For example, if customer is coming to us and we are giving those offers which are not relevant for them, so set an offer. They'll not come. They'll not.
But how do you sort of analyze what are the offers your customer needs?
Basically, we know what are the customer demands. For example, if somebody is coming for a coffee, so we'll give us a better coffee offer. We know the drivers coming for fuel, so we'll offer the fuel offers to the drivers. And those are who are the students, we'll give the late tech meals offers in it. So that's how we have figured out the demographic, we have figured out the customer segmentation, and we can't capture every data because not every customer is a loyalty customer to us, because we have millions of customer footfall on a daily basis, and that's the volume we are dealing with. So we have to be pretty agile and not doing the irrelevant stuff for our customer. That is where a lot of personalization and real-time decision making plays a big role. And in that journey, I think a lot of store employees play the big role, because they know this better, and you can't replace that fluentness.
No, absolutely. And thank you for bringing that point because, when we talk about customer experience, it is not just about apps and websites, right? It is also about how your staff sort of interact with your customers at the end of the day. So when we talk about these digital tools, it is as important for us to sort of help our staff to be adept with these digital tools, right? So how are you doing that in your company?
Yeah, so we're, again, building tools that help both our store associates and our installers who go into customer zones, or our call center associates really help serve customers better. An example of that is if you call our customer service agent, previously you had to, you're talking to them and they do stuff on the site as, the customer is asking the question to research and give you the answers. We're using AI to quickly provide information about the customer that helps the agent serve the customer a little bit better. And then depending on the questions that are being asked, instead of them having to search for stuff, AI is, searching that, getting the answers. So for the customer service associate is just copy paste the stuff.
Yeah.
So like really speeding things up, making sure that we're being very responsive to our customers, and then also helping them, solve the problem that, for which they've called the test services.
Oh, absolutely. If you can share any one example where AI, you spoke about AI, has truly redefined the customer experience, the customer journey for you.
I'll give you a couple of examples, but in a different context. So we built this, one of the early things that we launched out of our hub here, and I must say this is not necessarily just something that was built by our early employees in the Bangalore hub. It was a joint effort by teams both in the US and in India. So one of the early things though that we worked on was in the first few months that we launched was the gift finder experience, where when you're coming to our site and you don't exactly know what you want to, let's say, get a gift for your grandma, and you're upper funnel and you don't really know what you should be, because the consumer electronics there, so many things out there, you can interact with an AI agent that'll help you find the appropriate gift. The other one is, I think we were one of the first retailers to come up with an LLM-powered search, where instead of it being keyword search, you could use an LLM to search for products, where you have filters that are dynamic. Essentially, it gives you additional prompts after you've searched for something that help you find products, that may be, like qualitative filters instead of the standard ones that you have, that can help you then really find things much faster, and maybe even help you find things that you might not have found using traditional experiences.
Yeah.
And these have been, I think, really popular with some of our customers. Been really excited about bringing some of these innovations using AI to our restaurants.
All right. What about you? Like, what is that area where AI best fit into Circle K's customer journey?
So like I said, our loyalty program is one area where we are spending a lot, and we are sitting on those transactions where we are truly understanding what customer demand from us and how we can make their experience better, because the customer experience is everything for us and we want that quicker journey for our customers. So AI is not just helping us to even define how our store look like, because we want our customer to navigate into a store, and that's the journey is also defined by AI in our case. And all the bundle of those packages with subscribed to or groceries, that's all made by AI. Inventory management.
The predictive inventory.
Absolutely. So we are, from our India office, we are doing a lot of AI driven initiatives, and we are sort of an AI COA, because that's where the majority of our spend is currently right now. And from the fuel context, if I just talk about, so every single drop of a fuel pricing is done from our India. That's a huge scale, and we know fuel is a very volatile commodity. It's good oil based with the current economic and the global scenario, it's even a tricky thing.
Yeah.
So we are doing all those things from India and AI operation.
Absolutely. But tell me, gentlemen, have you faced any barrier while embedding these new technologies into your customer experience system? It can be a cultural barrier or a mindset barrier, or maybe the legacy systems, data silos. Have you faced any of those barriers? We'll start with you.
Yeah. I think it's been primarily that last thing, where we have a lot of legacy systems in data that has been living in different silos, where if you want to use AI in effective ways, you want to make sure you're bringing the right data that can be, again, either joined across very large and disparate data sets in ways that wasn't spilled before. That has been something that we've been working to kind of refactor. The other is with, we have really great data when customers are online, but when customers in stores, unless they're purchasing something, sometimes we lose sight of the customers because we're not tracking them. And a large percentage of our interactions and our revenue is in stores. So how do we kind of bring those insights about our customers and really enrich their experiences across the different channels that they're shopping in? Because if you think of online versus offline, somebody jumping into their car, like somebody, browsing, for freebies on their couch, versus somebody making the effort to jump into a car, drive to a store, find parking, go to the back of the store to look at TVs, suggests much higher intent.
Yeah.
But again, we don't have, sight into that data. How do we, bring that without, again, as we were talking about, without being creepy as tracking them? So I think these are some of the challenges. How do we get the right data? And then once we have that, how do we make sure that our systems can support, and make it available in the ways that our AI systems would need to, again, personalize the experiences and improve the journey for both our store associates and also for our
Customers. All right. What's that single biggest challenge or barrier for you?
I think your solution and capabilities are only good when it impacts the customer. So for us, it truly moves objective because no matter how great capabilities you build, if they are not touching customer life, they are not making customer life easier, then it is not adding value to us. So what we spend heavily on is to make sure that our store employees understand what we are building, how it can impact customers. That brings us, and that goes a long way. For example, like I said, instead of giving them multiple task code, we give them few pointers that you do these 3 things, and that is what you should be doing. For example, if a loyalty customer is entering, they know when a loyalty customer is entering, how that needs to be done. That's a real time decision they're making, which is happy, and they are sort of using that. But the real barrier is when they don't understand what needs to be done on how it's. So educating them, bringing them along the journey. So digitization, plugging things into a workplace never goes a long way till and that is not being adopted. So for us, working at that large scale with 19,000, close to 19,000 sites and the stores across the world, and bringing the same experience for every customer with different geographies, culture, and different sort of purchasing patterns. So how you can bring that consistency by bringing the localization at scale? Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So you want to ensure that we protect our customers' relationship.
Yeah, no, that's great. That's a very good point. I would like to end this conversation with both of you on the ROI part. Like, how do you sort of measure ROI? We have spoken about the customer experience, the kind of data, the kind of digital platforms, the kind of digitization you both have been perhaps doing to sort of bring those customer back to your platform, right? But how do you sort of measure the ROI after embedding these digital transformation into your customer experience or customer journeys? I'll start with you.
So for us, the repeat visit is the biggest. So if we,
I mean, that is for everyone.
if something, because for us the customer is coming on a daily basis, and customer is liking us, then only they'll visit us because they are coming as of course, especially deals. Either they like our coffee, they like our perfumes, or they like our drinks, which is the polar bottle in US. So how we can try those to be customer visit, and we should make that customer feel coming us again and again, or we can be well connected to those customers, something which we feel is gonna be very important for us because we want to touch not just the customer but the community. That's how we work at the global organizations. For me, that's the biggest key takeaway. But in terms of ROI, I think there are a lot of ways to measure it. But we are a customer obsessed company, as you might have even heard with a lot of responsibility, which I said. So for us, customer is everything. With 9.5, close to 9.5 million daily call, it means a lot that we treat every customer in a fairly way, same way, and we ensure that they come again tomorrow because for us the basket size is not that big. It's a very small basket size that we operate at. So the repeat customer is really key for. No matter what we do, it has to be the customer repetition rate has to increase. If they are coming for 3 days, they should come for 4 days, 5 days, or even a week. That's where the real value is.
No, absolutely. You know, customers at the end of the day are the kings or the queens for that matter. But these kings and queens have different platforms to visit and not just yours. So what keeps your platform different from other platforms?
Yeah, I don't know if it. I'd say our experience is really different. We're truly elevating our experiences, and then I'd say compared to some of our peers, we offer such a rich experience and a variety of different not just products but also services. Right? You walk into a Best Buy, to let's say purchase a TV or a laptop. The experience you would get is truly different compared to you walking into a one landscape with some of the other for other peers. And beyond that, we offer such a rich small sport of services. We offer warranties. We offer repairs. We can come into your homes and consult you on what you need, how you can use tech to really enrich your life. We certainly do installations and repairs. And then we really provide expert advice. We spend a lot of time and effort in training our associates in really understanding the product. They're not reading off a spec sheet. The experience you get is truly different and differentiated. So we do invest a lot in our customer experience and also in our store associates so that they can help our customers really well.
Yeah, at the end of the day, as I understand, the game is to truly justify the name of your company, which is Best Buy.
Yeah.
right?
I mean, a lot of the products we sell are in a certain way commodity products. You can buy a Samsung TV from any place and it's still going to be the same.
Yeah.
Why should customers come to us, right? And like I said, if you walk into a Best Buy store, let's see why they come to us. We really care about their experience and how to serve.
All right. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for being a part of this conversation and sharing those insights with us. When it comes to customer experience, I know we still haven't covered a lot of topics, but probably that's for some other time. Thank you so much for being a part of this episode. And to our viewers, stay tuned for many, many more such exciting conversations as we bring you leaders from different domains, from different industries across spectrum, only at Power Talks.